When I was at primary school, I did get some support, but I think they weren't very, at my primary school at the time, they weren't very well prepared to look after pupils with sport needs. In school, I had things like I could take a time out if I was feeling overwhelmed. So I could just, if I was having a bad day and I really needed a break, I could just go somewhere quiet, and that helped a lot, especially when I was feeling like just like everything was too much. For college, I went to Queen Elizabeth Sixth Form in Darlington. My time at college was really good. My transition from school to college was actually really nice because the team at QE they provided support for students with like support needs. They were very helpful and they made sure that the accommodations I had in school, like having a time out when I needed it, continued on at college. I think university was slightly different from college in that a lot of the support services that were available, unlike college, where it was all kind of quite seamlessly set up from school to there. A university is a bit more, they kind of leave you to sort that out on your own. Doing everything, organizing everything at uni ordinarily can be overwhelming by itself, so that can make organizing access to like support a bit more daunting. I think the tutors at university were very supportive and they were very easy to talk to. And I don't think I ever really had to explain in lots of detail about why I needed certain accommodations. There was one time in college in one particular subject where I had a teacher who I think because it can sometimes take me a while to understand certain things because of the way my mind works, and I need to ask a few extra questions. I think this teacher got a little tired of me asking questions, and I could kind of pick up on that. And obviously, I don't blame them at all because teaching is obviously an insanely hard job. But that kind of thing, it kind of made my like lessons in that subject a little more challenging because I felt I didn't feel comfortable asking questions when I didn't understand something that was kind of a bit more challenging. I do things at school, like secondary school, can be really hard for autistic peoples. Because on top of like dealing with what everybody else does, like working out like who you are, where you fit in as a young person, you're also trying to like understand all these kind of like social situations from scratch, whereas everybody else seems to be navigating them on autopilot. So it can make kind of like socializing and making friends in secondary school quite hard, especially because you still don't have much confidence in yourself. I do things a lot easier at college. I think once I was at college, I think I felt a bit more confident in myself about the way I did things as an autistic person. I felt less need to kind of like pretend to like mask and things like that. And I think I found it a lot easier to kind of like make friends. And at college, I eventually kind of like made a core group of friends who I like felt really comfortable with, and who I still am in touch with now. So that was like really positive for me. I think for autism acceptance, some messages that I think would be good for schools and colleges to take on board would be to be able to provide the support and accommodations autistic students need without kind of making kind of like judgments based on whether you think they kind of like need that level of support based on their kind of like academic capabilities, or kind of like attaching any kind of like stigma to that, which I'm sure most schools and colleges don't do. I know obviously there's lots and lots of great schools and colleges where there's lots of support available. But I think it's just important, especially like for the students to know that they can reach out, they can ask for the support, and they don't need to worry about people, teachers thinking that they're are kind of like going to be judged for it, or they're going to be kind of like thought less of for it, or they're going to have kind of like expectations placed upon them, like if they access that support. One takeaway I think would be important from the campaign is that the changes to really kind of like push forward autism acceptance need to be material, It's one thing to say we accept autistic and neurodivergent students, but often the support we need isn't just kind of like well wishing. It's actual things in place, actual systems to support us, and that's kind of what we really need. We need actual changes, and I think that's what's really important right now.